Hey everyone, it's Dave, and I wanted to do a quick video just to give you an update of what's been going on, and then just talk about some plans for the future for myself and then for this channel as well. My family and I have been in the middle of a huge transition. The House of Prayer has been in the middle of transition as well, and we're still just kind of in the thick of it, and so that's the reason I hadn't been able to put together too many episodes of Restoring Delight in the Word for a while. My heart is there, and I want to get back to those. I've got a few more that I want to do, and we're still going to be posting some of those videos as well. But right now, it seems like all I've had time for is just kind of the instrumentals, filling up the soaking playlist. And it's kind of an interesting channel. I know it's not that big, but just wanted to update you guys on what's going on. Some of you follow me for the Delighting in the Word series. Some of you subscribe just because of that one video I did for the Snobby Bible review. I'm not really into the Bible reviews, doing them, but I'd like to read them and see other people talk about them. I just wanted to put that in the context of the bigger series that I was doing of Restoring Delight in the Word, because that's really where my heart is at, is just getting people connected with God through His Word, falling in love with His Word. And then some of you might follow the channel as well just because of the music side, and you like the soaking playlist too, and you might not know about the House of Prayer or the Bible stuff. And so I know it's kind of a unique channel where it's like the Bible stuff, Word of God, Jesus stuff, and the music stuff, but my heart's really to make those mesh together really well. And so I'm really excited about some stuff I've got coming up on the channel, and then some other things as well. But this channel is just kind of interesting, and I like it because I like music, and I like the Word of God, and I like the music propping me up to spend just maximum amount of time in the Word. And so this channel is actually labeled SA Tabernacle. I'm the director of SA Tabernacle, a house of prayer here in San Antonio, Texas. And so the channel really is kind of my personal channel, but at the same time I'm using it to point to the work and what we're doing in the House of Prayer too. Because I started the House of Prayer and I'm leading the House of Prayer, my life is intimately involved with the House of Prayer. And so I wanted to use the channel to point to the House of Prayer, but then also to use it as an outlet for the things that excite me, that I'm passionate about, and then just give my gifts to Jesus. And so again, the music thing, the only reason I do the music thing besides just a love for music is I want the music, again, to prop me up to be able to read, write, and pray. And so that's the idea behind the soaking playlist that we're building up to, is to have something to go to where it's just not so distracting. There's not so much musical movement. Some people just want the silence. I mean, read in silence, and then that's fine. Do that. But I really like the slow-moving music, just relaxing music behind me. Really helps me rest in the Word instead of struggle in the Word so much. But anyway, but I did want to let you know I'm still doing the Delighting in the Word series. Those will be coming out here as things settle. What happened is we moved the House of Prayer from one facility to another, and this other facility we're in is just a transition spot while we're looking for a new facility in San Antonio to have the House of Prayer again. We got up to about 120 hours in our last facility. We had to shrink back, but we're focusing more on building the community aspect of it, which has been fun, but we're really longing for the freedom of our own facility to begin to pursue the 24/7 vision again. And then with that, some of you might have known, especially I think there's a couple of you that follow my wife's YouTube channel. She's a bigger deal than me, but she's got a video on there about how we lived in a church and stuff. And so for the last 2 years, we actually lived in the facilities where the prayer house was, in an old 1940s Methodist building. And since then, the Methodists have sold that building just within the last couple weeks. But we've been in a transition since about November, it seems like, and then really busy this last fall with some city unity stuff that was going on that was really cool. It's called 10 Days. But anyway, just been really busy. Right now we're in our new apartment, and I actually have a study. It's kind of cool. I never had one before. Usually my library is just in the family room, and I use the couch and the coffee table to just spread my books all over the place. But here I got kind of a central location. I can have my library and then all my music equipment out here so that I can record and play, read, and it's my encounter room in here. And so anyway, I'm excited for that. And my wife got a new camera for her YouTube channel and a microphone. It's right here. I don't know if you could hear that, but I was squishing a little poofy thing. But she got a new camera that autofocuses and adjusts for the light. So I was having issues like doing recordings myself with some of the previous things, but this will take care of all my light issues and focus issues. Yep, see it, focus. Anyway, so got some new equipment. I guess that doesn't matter, but it's fun to not have to worry about the focus thing. I had my boys like focus stuff in the back of the camera for me. So anyway, we're still just walking out in the transition to the house of prayer, still just getting settled in the apartment. I mean, we just got in here. I know it looks like I've got it all together, but this was like my priority, because it's not only my food and my passion, but it's my work and my labor too, but just add on there joyous labor. And then I'm really excited to announce two things that I'm going to be working on. More to come on the second, but first, the soaking playlist, what that has been is just kind of an unpolished, straight from my pedals and effects that I use in the prayer room. And so I'll play, like I sing worship, and then I'll hit an instrumental spot, and so I'll build up a loop, and so what you're hearing on the soaking playlist is stuff that has been saved in my looper, and I'll just come home and just record it and make a quick video, stick it on YouTube for the soaking playlist. And again, that's all designed to undergird your own prayer time, your own Bible study time, writing, meditation. And when I say meditation, I don't mean anything new agey. I mean, like it says in the Psalms, to meditate on the Word of God, to meditate on that stuff. So definitely not a new age guy. Don't go there. Jesus Christ, I love him. But what I'm going to do, in addition to just keeping the soaking playlists added, I might stop, honestly, adding to the second one once I hit a certain amount of tracks. I think there's 20 tracks on the first one, and I can't remember how many are on the second one, but I've got a couple even on my computer now that I'm going to be uploading later. But I'll probably stop at a certain point, and because people have been asking me to download it, and I initially just started recording because I wanted it for myself, and then people in the prayer room were like, well, we'd really like this available, so I made it available. And again, it's not studio polished or professionally done or anything, but I just made available what I had. And so since then, several of you have been wanting it for download, and so I'm actually going to be working on new songs, taking some of the older ones that are my favorites, polishing them up, re-recording them, and begin to release albums with the purpose of, again, everything that I've been saying about the soaking playlist is with the purpose of fueling your own time with the Lord. And so I found just in Christian music that is kind of lacking in our circles, because it's hard for me personally. And so I release all this off of what I like and what I prefer when I'm reading. And so for me personally, when I've got the Bible open, when I'm praying, it's distracting to me if the song is changing like every 5 minutes. It's distracting if the parts are changing and the movement is just all over the place. I mean, sometimes that's good to just sit down and listen to when you want to just sit down and listen to music. So I don't write these or release them on the assumption of I just want people to listen to music, because I think it's much too boring of music for that. But for reading and writing, praying, meditating, it's like primo for me. Just that slow moving, easy going, just relaxing stuff to get out there. And so again, the soaking playlist, I'll keep them up there, but those will come to an end. And what I'm going to start doing is pointing to more polished albums that you can download. And so I don't know if they're going to be on iTunes or Bandcamp or Amazon or whatever. I know my wife and I worked on an EP last year with our friend Nate and released it through iTunes and Amazon and Google Play, I think. And so we went that route with it. And if you look for it, you can find it under Ali, A-L-I, Brown. And the EP name is True Food, and it's still on iTunes, Amazon, and Google Play. But it's more of a conglomeration of our styles. It's not like the soaking playlist. But if you want to go hear my wife sing, then there you go. But I'm going to be working on albums taking from the soaking playlist. And so that's one of the things I'm working on. While I'm doing the music for that as well, something I was working on a few years ago with some friends that kind of fell through because people just lost interest and life happens, but the Lord just really reignited a passion in my heart for it again. Is I want to do an audio Bible, because I haven't found an audio Bible, just like I hadn't found music that's really good for reading. I mean, I'll find something that is okay for a little bit, but I hadn't found music that's like really good for reading, so I just make my own. And then I haven't found an audio Bible that I really like, something that I could sleep to, something that I can have available. And sometimes the reading is just so professionally amazing that it's distracting. Sometimes the music is just all cheese, like they didn't care, like they had this amazing reader and then the music was just awful. It's just so cheese that I couldn't it's like, Lord, I love your word, but I can't listen to any of these audio Bibles. And so anyway, if you have a suggestion for the translation, link below. I'm personally kind of leaning towards the King James for the audio Bible. And so what it'll be the style of music that you hear in the Soaking playlist, but with the audio Bible over top of it as well. And so the music is going to be done at the same time as some of the albums, and so you might hear some familiar sounds. There'll probably be some newer stuff or some different songs undergirding the audio Bible, because that's going to be a big project. That's probably going to take me a couple years, but I'm going to get started on it and just release a book at a time. I'll have more information about specifically just the audio Bible coming up, and of course keep you updated on the Soaking albums that I'm going to be putting on. But again, for the audio Bible, I'll let you know more information as I know. Right now I'm going to be working on just kind of some Kickstarter stuff. I'm going to put together a section for Psalm 119, because I want that to be the flagship chapter for why I'm doing what I'm doing with the audio Bible. And so definitely more on that coming up. I'm not going to mention any more now, because I need to get a lot of clarity in some different directions, because the recording and everything is the easy part, but then releasing it, how to release it, where to make it available, and all that, I'm not sure yet. I'll let you guys know, and it'll probably be being released in increments as I finish books or larger sections in Psalms or something. But again, I'm leaning towards the King James, because I don't want to alienate my King James only friends, and two, it's public domain, so I don't have to write anyone to get permissions to use copyrighted material. The other two translations I was considering is the ESV or the New King James, but if you have a suggestion, let me know. I really like the New American Standard for my reading and study, but I don't think it makes a really good audio Bible. And I love the King James Version. It's just an old trusty translation of the scriptures, and so I'm leaning towards that way. But again, let me know in the comments, or if you're someone that sees me at the prayer house or wherever, or you have my number, just text me, whatever. I don't care. Let me know what translation that you would like to listen to the audio Bible in. So anyway, that's it for now. Just wanted to give you a quick update. So just transition has been the word for the last several months. It's been nuts. And so I feel like we're finally just almost getting into normalized mode. Not quite there yet, but wanted to just let you guys know what's going on. More Delighting in the Word episodes coming up, the instrumental albums coming out, and then I'm really excited about the audio Bible. And so we'll let you know more about all that stuff as it begins to unfold. So that's it. Y'all have a wonderful day, night, afternoon, whatever it is. It's a windy day outside right now, so